On?
Okay, yeah, Sunny's on. Yeah, so thank you, Zan and Sunny, for being on this important Zoom call, which I label mineral commodities. This is relating to Zan's current commodity trade between South America, predominantly Peru, his mining sellers, and his buyers also based in Asia, predominantly China. So Zen has basically a full connection of his supply chain, basically. So then, why don't you give a brief introduction of yourself and your Bridgepoint operation to Sunny, and then I'll pass it over to Sunny to give an introduction
Sure.
of himself and his supply chain company, Sun Circle. So, Zen, over to you.
Okay. Well, thank you, gentlemen. And first of all, sorry about I missed the conference call yesterday. And I'm glad that we can do this again today. Yep. Well, my name is Sen, or I spell my name Sen. And I have this company, Bridgepoint, incorporated in Maryland, United States. So we're a U.S. company. And we do have office in, of course, in China, in Singapore, and South America. So we have main activities in South America right now, and mainly focus in the mining industry. So right now we are making shipments for copper, zinc, antimony, and we are preparing for the second vessels of iron ore. And our is going to be this time is going to be 25-30,000 or 35-40,000. It depends on the vessel size that we are going to bring this time. And I'm going down to Peru. I was supposed to go today, but I postponed my trip to tomorrow. So I'm going down to Peru tomorrow and to work in this iron ore. And also we're going to visit the rare earth mine next week. We do have this rare earth mine, which is about 800 hectares, so huge mine, and they are looking to sell the mine. So we're working with a couple Chinese state-owned corporations for the iron ore, also antimonies, and we also just started some discussions with Honduras. And Honduras, we are going to get antimony, and I just got some information in this morning for molybdenum from Mexico. So as you can see, we're focusing in Central and South America, mainly in industry of minings at this moment, and we do have a couple concessions not under Bridgepoint's name because we do have another company registered in Peru with the local partners. So we do have a couple mining the concessions. And next step, we're looking to, if everything goes really smooth, hopefully in next 3-4 months this year, we're going to start getting our own concessions. We do have a full team down there as far as for marketing and sales and operation team in the mine. And we just signed a joint venture agreement with this Phoenix Capital. It's a local company, and they do have, well, supposedly this iron ore they have is could be the largest iron ore mine in Peru, and they already done 43101. It's the drilling test, and for right now, the report came out with 600 million tons of iron ore, and I do have many of potential iron ore buyers from China, especially at this moment. So we're looking to see and Phoenix Capital. We already signed the joint venture agreement, so this mine is going to be operated under both of our companies. And I guess at this time, Mr. Sunny come in, and if we do have a chance to bring some U.S. buyers, this can be a really good opportunities for both of us. Because we got this mine already, and we just got another manganese mine. I'm going to visit next week as well. But we have a Chinese buyer for manganese now. So speaking about the activities that we do down there in Peru, at this moment we have 3 or 4 one is iron ore, one is manganese, antimony. Those three projects are talking about millions of dollars every month. And we do have smaller operations as zinc, copper, and we're going to start lead. It's going to be a smaller operations. Maybe we're talking about, you know, few $100,000 a month for those. So we have developed since 2000 after pandemic. So 2020 first 21, I went down to Peru. So 4 years. And yeah, we built a team from 3 people. Now we have about maybe 20 people work all together down there in Peru. So of course, we do also look into the agriculture products like soybeans, sugars. As you know, when people do commodities, they always get into lots of this commodity that everyone else do too. So, but we are just focusing in mining right now, and not forget about, just put the agriculture products and petroleum products on the side. And I also right now also working with a U.S. company from the St. Louis, Missouri, and they've been sending petroleum products to Asia, India, Singapore. They have done it a couple times, but not the person I'm in contact. They have done it a couple times to China, so we are also partnering with them too. So in the near futures, hopefully we can get into petroleum oil industry as well. Okay, so yep, this is what we're
All right.
doing,
Well,
and let me know if you have any questions.
all right. Well, thank you, Zen. Just a little bit of reference, Sonny, before I let you introduce yourself and Sun Circle. I know Zen for a lot of years. In fact, he was one of the original members of our collective all the way back to the beginning. In fact, Zen was a prominent member when we took our delegation from China, Middle East, and US to Nigeria in 2018, where we went to meet NNPC, which is the National Nigerian Petroleum Corporation, sixth largest oil and gas producer in the world. But we also invited to Presidential Villa, where we receive a humanitarian award from the First Lady. So Zen has been, like I said, a long time member, and I count him more than just a member, but a very close friend as well. And except for yesterday, he's never,
Yeah,
ever disappointed me. So yesterday,
yeah, I'm
when I said to you,
sorry.
I thought it must be an emergency. He got kidnapped, terrorist hijacking or something ridiculous. But helping his family out in the restaurant. Well, we used to have a
Yeah,
restaurant, so I know how important that is. So you're all forgiven.
thank you.
But like I say, he's Mr. Dependable. I trust Sen more than a gazillion other people. So, Sonny, over to you, sir, to introduce yourself and your Sun Circle Supply
Thank you,
Chain
Dr. Moon.
Company. Thank you.
Thank you. Sen, very pleased to meet you. I look forward to us
Me
catching
too.
up in person as well. Thank you for that detailed background. It's very informative, it's helpful, and we have begun preliminary discovery of buyers in the US, but this level of insights is what I was waiting for. I go by Sunny, but my legal name is Santosh Anand. I've spent 20 years in the financial transformation of global supply chains, including for large banks like HSBC, Credit Agricole, and the EU region. And I chanced upon this untapped market opportunity in import-export through supplier collaterals and optimizing just letters of credit from banks. That's really where the trade finance business is. And the people, for government operatives from FBI, CIA, I worked with reporting into the Department of Justice in the US and New York, are today board members. Very early stage, as Dr. Ying, like in the last 2 weeks, things have been progressing at a bullet train speed. I'm confident we can open government sector. This is the premise of the Sun Circle. We are transforming and we are decolonizing supply chains into democratized supplier exchanges where there is representation for you as you're in flight and acquisition, as you're partnering with the mine owners in Peru and to get to the best ticket value for your products. And thank you for the backdrop of also timing in 3 to 6 months. 3 months, you expect to ramp up into millions consistently. That works very much in line with our tech that is still in build and stealth. Our goal is to have an exchange where we get to auction your kind of products. And right now, our connections, we are just working on US market just because it's the premise of the whole trade wars and
Right.
the fact that you won an award from the First Lady, that's all really fantastic. This will get you expedited access in front of government buyers or government contracts. So that's
Nice.
fascinating. That's fantastic. That takes away a lot of KYC headaches that US operatives will just bore us to death with. So the fact that the First Lady honored an award is fantastic. I love that you're also selling to China state government. So we'll come up with action items next. But with this market that you have access to, we can definitely find buyers in the Middle East, in the Netherlands, and India, of course, where my legacy connections all the way from state government to central government lie. So the iron ore, it's been the bane of India's lack of access. So I'm very excited for us to get to the highest ticket dollar value. So that's a little bit about the Sun Circle. We're just coming out of a 5-year R&D. In the last month, we're locking up with buyers in legacy industries such as fashion and food. So you're including your parents' grocery shop. We are securing small, medium enterprises first. And in terms of ticket value, up to like 15 millions are still considered a small to medium-sized businesses. So this thesis fits us right as well. I'm very excited to work with you. Dr. Ying speaks highly of you. So,
Thank you.
integrity is what we are restoring in former chains and as we democratize it. So we hope that our partnership will be the beacon of what pre-approved express trade lanes should look like. And that's what we're getting. As soon as you get something out of mind, should you want to sell it at that cost price, they should be a buyer parked, or should you want to move it through the chain yourself, through the network yourself? We're trying to make a conscious effort to not use the word chain. Should you want to move the goods through the network yourself, then we're happy to work with that as well. We want to make sure our goal is singular. Outside of all these buzzword nonsense of ESG, social impact, and all of that, there lies a pot of gold that nobody's harmonized in global trade. That is where we're starting. And once we restore profitability to small and medium-sized businesses like ourselves, then the rest of the market will follow. So the plan is really, it's a good plan. It's a solid plan. I'm going to pause to see if you have any questions. And I have a few instructions from Dr. Ying's text to dive into steps.
Okay, well, thank you, Sunny, for that very eloquent review of yourself and your Sun Circle. I'm going to send you the recording along this. I'm going to send you the media package that reported on our 2018 adventure to Nigeria. Where I said we went to visit NNPC and also the presidential villa where we receive our humanitarian award. So all that has, and it includes Zen and myself and our other international delegation that went in there. So you and your team can do your due diligence. I said to you, it's very impressive, and it shows our credibility and, more importantly, our connectivity. And I'm excited that originally I was going to discuss about the rare earth and quote uranium for the US buys, but it sounds like with your, especially in India, I said to you, the iron ore may be a fabulous sourcing. So then maybe Sunny can open up the buy chain into India. As you know, the currently biggest growing economy is not China, it's India. India is the new powerhouse, especially with this trade war. Yeah, there's trade war between America and India as well, of course. But India is going to be, I mean, it's already overtaken China last year as the largest population in the entire world. So India is the powerhouse. So with Sunny's connection, so I didn't realize that, what you're doing. And the other thing you talk about, Sun Circle, focus on helping the micro farmers, miners. In fact, that's what Zen is working with. Zen's not working with the big corporate mining consultant, although he knows that all his miners are privately owned mining concessions.
Smaller miners.
So he's working with the private miners, the micro, like I said, finance mine institute. So the synergy is just absolutely perfect. So I'm so pleased that I've connected you both. So now that we know of where this great opportunity lies, why don't I just open it up for question and answers between the two of you? So I'll let you go again, Zen. Any question you want to fire up to Sunny, and then vice versa. Zen?
Sure. Yes, I do have one question. Yeah, well, the U.S. market is always the market that I'm looking to get my my products to. Just saying that because right now we do have some buyers who is looking to, again, Leon's already know this. We have buyers who is looking to issue us like DLC, and because all these operations, like I'll say 95% of the operations down there in South America or even Central America, we're all talking about cash deals, which means that they are extracting the mine or they're selling you the materials. They want to collect the money at the port or collect the money at the at the warehouse, whatever they deliver to you. So we do have a lot of buyers who's only willing to do like in banking instruments, not so much SPLC. They are looking to do like DLC, LC. So, but is there any chance we can get support from your group that if we have our clients issuing that banking instruments and supporting us financially to do the operations?
That is the entire goal. Thank you for leading with that question. Our singular focus in liberating trade finance is to operate as the trade financier ourselves. So all of these dominoes that you've stacked up will help us make that business case through our fundraising initiatives ourselves. That is one, because we are interested in securing through your agency ownership of the mine, our preferred channel partner should we be able to pull funds in. That is the first goal. The second, which is actually sort of like 1.1, if you will, is just prepaid checks for something as critical as zinc or antimony, which these are all highly sought after. The CIA operatives I represent, one of them is strongly connected to NASA as well. He was a research scientist in NASA. So following this conversation, I will have a list of documents to request from you and Dr. Ying, which will simply, this is the case we're working on, is express trade lanes pre-approved, where you don't have to go to a bank and you spend all this money securing letters of credit as your product moves through the network. And if you're interested in just the buyer figuring out the procurement from outside of the mines, that is something we'll look into as well. Concierge services is what we're bringing through our tech. We want to give you the options to first explore where is the greatest bang for your buck. I know the perception is that US dollar trumps and other developing economies don't really have the capability, but this is how China beat the US, is the largest GDP in the world. There's a PPP metric. I'm yet to research that. So China has already beaten the US in this race, and India is trying very hard to catch up. So in India, particularly the satellite sector, it's called the ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. Over the last 25 years, after going through our own haranguing and issues with the US government from a sanctions perspective for 30 years since 1965. India today delivered 104 satellites for different private and public sector agencies through their one rocket. It's an engineering marvel that's never been accomplished at that scale. And I know, because I've dealt with the Ministry of Defense and Department of Space that pay high ticket dollar value for access to these these rare minerals. Not to say that we can unlock this in the next 3 months, but as you go exploring and making deals and your own other channel partnerships, allow us to also secure certain sectors and market should you find stronger connection that would challenge our takeover of that sector, if you will. So those are things I wanted to just offer.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, Sunny, you got questions you want to ask over to Zen?
Not yet. I do have a couple more points based on our discussion, Dr. Ying, to offer to Sen as well. On the oil sector, the CIA operative is in Texas. Incidentally, he said all his wealthy investors that go to like the A&M ballroom or park rooms, this is where wealthy oil men hang out. He said they are looking to acquire mines and other things, so there may be capital access as well. So as we compile this package that should come through, I'm sure Dr. Yang has everything together already. We will do our best to also get you the right capital partner to secure your US market. Should that be simply, issue hassle-free for you? You live in New York and you just want to focus on this market for the next 3 years, harvest that. That's something we are singularly focused on as well. And there's a reason behind this. New York City, for the 8th year, is the largest, wealthiest city in the world with the maximum number of billionaires per capita. A lot of these revenues will be booked here. So it builds your social impact narrative as well with this current department, since you won an award and such. So it positions us nicely to bring other private sector PE groups and such to figure out if we can operate an exchange in the next 3 months now that this deal is coming through. And I take your ask of, should there be prepayments? Is there a retainer that the buyer would offer? Those are things we will consider as well based on deal readiness and access to materials as well.
Okay. Well, thank you. Yep. Well, yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're definitely open, not just U.S. market. So, any other opportunities that you will have or bring it to us, we'll definitely, get into try to do it as much as we can. And we're really focusing because there's a lot of business out there we can do, a lot of opportunity and chances we can do. So, but we're focusing just one thing at a time. So to ensure that we move on the right step and not making any mistakes. So, and our goal at this moment is try to get our operations getting more mature in Peru and South America. So, and if you do have anything that you need from me to connect it to your potential buyers or through your platform, let me know. We can show the documents to let you know that we have done it. We've been doing it, and we have future contract and all that. Even though a lot of them are in confidential informations, but through Dr. Yin, I have no problems to share something with you just to make you more confidence on us.
Okay, thanks. Before Sunny asks questions, so I said Zen is a prominent member of our collective, so we already have the agreement, and I also have an agreement with Sunny in place as well. So I feel very comfortable. I trust you both as well. So what I suggest you do is, rather than me just acting as the middleman, so you both shout in my ear, I suggest you both communicate directly with each other. I'm also going to create a private WhatsApp group between the three of us, so you can share confidential document and quick chit chat as well through that platform as well, so we can speed up the communication process. So he's not just passing it to me and then I pass it on to that just slows the things down. So like I said, we have the documentation in place, and I fully trust both of you, and I know where you both live anyway. I know Zen lives somewhere in Maryland in a Chinese family's restaurant, so I could always hunt you down, Zen.
Our partnership over Indian food shall never be compromised.
Yeah, by the way, when you come to New York, Zen, I'm going to take you to the best Indian restaurant. I come from England, so I know a lot of good.
Sure.
Sunny knows of an Indian restaurant that are absolutely amazing, the best.
I'm all about food.
Next time, Zen, you're in New York, make sure.
I love curry, so yeah.
You do? When's the next time you're going to be in New York, Zen? Do you know?
Most likely, probably the second week of October. That's going to be the earliest. So,
okay, all right.
Second
try
week.
To pencil in a day when you come in. Give us advance notice, of course.
Sure.
And we'll try and hook up with Sunny at this amazing Indian restaurant where
until I break a meal with you, Sam. Yeah, I need to break a meal with you for me to really gauge how our hearts melt.
Oh yeah.
It's just the way I operate, and we're wedding and we're eating together. That bond that forms is that pineal and gland level. So
okay.
Yeah, well, that's why I Zen I totally trust, because I've known him for like almost 10 years. But Sunny I trust totally because he took me to the best Indian restaurant.
Okay.
So he's totally verified. I don't need CIA verification.
Oh, he got you,
if he knows such a good restaurant, then I'm already set. But joking aside, Sonny, I already sent you the credentials for Andrea, my passport, all the stuff. And then, like I said, later on, I'll send you the media package for our when we tour Nigeria as well to NNPC and the presidential villa. And I said I'll create the private WhatsApp group so you and Zen can exchange confidential information quickly and get things moving. So, Sonny, do you have any question to Zen?
Yes.
You want to ask?
Sorry, it would be greatly helpful if we use WhatsApp for just communications on the go. What requires email trail, we should just follow email trail for documents and such. We want to do everything clean in the paper just because
Perfect. No, I totally agree. All official things I do by email.
Yes.
So I agree.
I will share a Google Drive where we can start uploading documents directly. Then once Dr. Ying puts the starts a group chat. The other thing, Sen, is I loved your write-up that you shared. Thank you. That was very helpful. If you can break it up into your awards, your market, your presence, your last 3 big customers, and your upcoming purchase orders, if they exist, or just letters of intent. Just and basic KYC. As soon as we get interest from a buyer, I want to immediately release that to these gentlemen to say, okay, we are ready. We're ready to go. And these are wealthy people. They want to secure this for their country's needs. And this. So it's a very good political time for us to capitalize on this. I'm agnostic to humans and RBS. We always find some silly things, but behind this is a very good opportunity. And I haven't gone into India yet. And once we do, when we have ISRO, Ministry of Defense, all of the things you're working on will be supreme. On the food front, I love that you're considering it and you're parking it. I'm a vegetarian, so Peru is of great interest just because you have goji berries and these really high specialty superfoods in the vegetarian world, which Amazon takes 65 to 85% for them to sell on their marketplace for us to buy. So there is this great opportunity for us to directly, which is something once we secure your world of mining, and the biggest bang for buck was obviously metals and minerals. Once we are secured there, then the goal of engagement would be directly to partner with these firms to get them spotlight, or these farmer co-ops, and for them to trade with markets locally and internationally, as Amazon has unlocked, but at a greater margin for them back. So that will bring all those businesses from Amazon to us, to something for you to observe as you're in the market, eating, talking to people.
Right.
Excellent. Well, I think this has been an extremely productive and valuable introduction. I'm glad there seemed to be a lot of great connectivity. So again, Zen, have a great trip, safe trip to Peru. I'll create the group right after this session, so we can start immediately. And like I said, when you're in New York, when October, give us a date for us. So like Sonny said, we can break bread together, and hopefully at that time we can close out some big deals within this group, within this collective. So thank you again, gentlemen. Much love and peace to you, and my Clydesdale blessing to you all. All right, and get well soon, Sonny. I know Sonny was down with a little bit of illness recently.
I finally got medicines today,
so yesterday. So you seem to have improved a lot already.
Yes.
So God bless you all. All right, take care,
Dr.
gentlemen.
Ying, shine on in Hollywood for us all.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.